Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and hi. In this lecture video, we want to focus on the least cost method. Recall that the least cost method is one of the methods that you can use in order to find an initial basic feasible solution. The least cost method usually gives more optimal results than the northwest corner method because it considers the shipping cost while making the allocation. Basically, there are three basic steps that you have to perform in order to find the solution. I will demonstrate these three basic steps through an example. Let us consider example 4.3. Note that example 4.3 is the same transportation problem discussed in example 4.1. In example 4.1, we use the northwest corner method, but in this example, we want to use the least cost method. For this example, you need to obtain the initial basic feasible solution by using the least cost method for the following transportation problem. Basically, what you have to do first is you need to concentrate on the cost values, which are the values in the blue box. You need to identify the least value or the minimum value in the blue box. And if you look the values, we have here two minimum values, 1 and 1. So we need to choose only one value actually. So what you will do, let us consider this one first. Let us consider this one first, where this value is located in the second row and in the third column. So what you have to do, you need to look at the supply value in the second row and the demand value in the third column. And then compare 8 and 18. 8 is less than 18, therefore we will consider 8 to allocate here. Okay, next we consider the second minimum value, which is the same as our value just now, 1. If we want to allocate a value to this cell, then you have to compare, because this cell, this one value is located in the first column and in the fourth row. So what you have to do, you need to compare the demand value in the first column and the supply value in the fourth row. So 7 is less than 14, so we should allocate 7. And since we have 8 is less than 7, 8 is greater than 7, then we should choose this cell to allocate the first value. So I will erase everything first. So just now we know that we want to choose based on this cell. Therefore, we will allocate a value here where we compare 8 and 18, where we have 8 here. I'll erase that one first so that you won't get confused later. Okay. So 18 minus 8 is 10 and 8 minus 8 is 0. Since we have here 0, then because we have the supply value is 0 in the second row, therefore we will cancel out we will cancel out the second row. Next, the cells that we didn't cancel now are this one. Okay, so among the values in the highlighted, among the values that I highlighted here, which one is the minimum? In this case, this is the minimum. So we will allocate a value here. So since this value is in the first column and in the fourth row, therefore we will compare the demand value in the first column and the supply value in the fourth row. 7 is less than 14, therefore we will allocate 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. 14 minus 7 is 7. Since we have here 0 in the first column for the demand, then we will cancel out the first column. Okay, we will cancel out the first column. Next, now we focus on, we will focus on the cells that we didn't cancel, which are the highlighted here. So among all these 6 values, we have the minimum is this one. So we will allocate a value here. So we allocate here a value. And we need to compare between 7 and 10. 7 is less than 10, therefore we will allocate 7. So 7 minus 7 is 0, 10 minus 7 is 3. So since we have the value for the supply is 0, then we will cancel out the fourth row. So the remaining cells that we didn't cancel are this one. So among these 4 values, we have 2 minimum values, which are this and this. So because we have 2 values, then you have to check which one will we can have maximum allocation. Okay, if we want to consider this one, then you have to compare these values, 5 and 3. So 3 is less than 5, therefore we should have here 3. And if you want to consider this value, then we have to compare 7 and 9. And in this case, 7 is less than 9, therefore we should allocate 7. But because 3 is less than 7, then we will take 7 because this gives the minimum. Okay, so we will choose this cell to allocate first. So I'll erase everything first so that you won't get confused. So from here, we want to allocate a value here. So just now we compare 7 is less than 9, so we will put 7. Okay, 7 minus 7 is 0. 9 minus 7 is 2. And since we have here 0, then we will cancel out the third row. So the cells left are this one. So between 4 and 7, then we know that 4 is less than 7, where the 4 is the least or the minimum value. Then we will allocate a value to here. Okay. And we need to compare 5 and 3. Since 3 is less than 5, therefore we will allocate 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0, 5 minus 3 is 2. And since we have here 0, then we will cancel out the third column. And if you see here, we still have values for the supply and the demand. We should have 0, 0 here. So we will allocate 2 in the final column. So 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. Now everything here is 0 for the supply values and the demand values. Alright. So what's next? Now we can compute the total cost. Where this is the initial basic feasible solution. Where the way we find it is based on this one. Okay, 7 times 2 plus 4 times 3 plus 1 times 8 plus 4 times 7 plus 1 times 7 plus 2 times 7. So here we have 7 times 2 plus 4 times 3 plus 1 times 8 plus 4 times 7 plus 1 times 7 plus 2 times 7. Where the answer, it is equals to, if the cost in RM, then the total cost will be RM 83. So that is the answer that we are looking for. Okay, note that when we solve example 4.1, you get the answer was RM102. Okay. If you use northwest corner method, you get the answer is RM102. But here you get RM83. So as the note given to you in the lecture slide, usually you will get the answer for the total cost by using the least cost method will be less than by using the northwest corner method. Okay, so that's all.